Welcome to Art Talks. I am Fran Dordick, a docent at the San Jose Museum of Art, and with me is Clarice, another San Jose Museum of Art docent. Today, we will be discussing a work of art from the exhibit Southeast Northwest. These are artworks recently acquired for the museum's permanent collection, and the work we will be discussing is Bad by Josephine Taylor. Let me start by asking you, what about this work stood out for you?
Well, to be perfectly honest, the size.
Okay, well, it's a pretty big piece that is 124 inches across and 63.5 inches tall. What was the next thing that you saw that stood out?
Well, I think the fact that it's pastel, it's very washed out. I feel like you have to come close to look at it. You have to come up closer to it.
So you need to see the details within it. How would you describe this artwork to someone who's never seen it before?
I would say that it is very large. It's a very large piece. That it's very intriguing. It makes you come up closer because you're not sure exactly what is going on. You have to take some time to look at it. It draws you in.
And are there particular parts of it that draw you in more than others?
My eye seemed to focus on the skateboard, which is in the center of the piece. The skateboard's upside down, so you see the wheels and some lettering. That was where my eye went first.
Now that you're showing me that, I'm seeing something I had not seen before, which is the title of the piece is on the skateboard.
Which you don't see until you really put some time in. I looked at it 3 or 4 times before I put it together.
So the more that you look at the piece, the deeper you look into it, does your opinion of it change?
Yes, definitely for me. Again, when I first looked at it, I see different things. I see things that are kind of obvious, stairs and a hand and a railing and a foot. But then when I started to look more at this piece, I was like, oh yeah, like you said, I saw the skateboard, I saw letters, but I didn't see the name. Then I saw that. Then I saw the actual people, the heads, the arms, the faces, those kinds of things, which took me a while. So yes, not only does your opinion change, but where you look at the piece changes. From being just in the center, then you're starting to go out to all 4 sides.
So you're pulling the puzzle of this piece together. It's interwoven among itself, yes. Is it not?
Yes.
What do you think is the meaning of this piece, or maybe the message of this piece?
That is a very good question. It's one of those that's always kind of hard to come up with, and it's always different for everybody. I think that at first it is the idea that there's something happening between the people that are intertwined. But I also think that there's something about when you figure out that it does say bad and that it's a skateboard and that's usually associated with younger people, possibly teenagers.
When you first look at it, you see the artwork, but then you see maybe there's something more to it.
Right. Many more layers, I feel. I feel like this is a very layered work. That you look and then you look again and then you look again.
I believe that is true. I think that different people could perhaps get different bearings with it, different meanings from it.
For sure.
And come away with different thoughts that they have to process, perhaps.
Exactly.
This might be a piece that people want to come take a look at for themselves. I want to say thank you.
Thank you too.
And thank you to the listener for joining us today on Art Talks. We hope that this discussion of Bad by Josephine Taylor will entice our listeners to come into the San Jose Museum of Art and to see this piece for themselves.